Hello everyone, today I'm here to film my last mini review. I've done two previous mini reviews on The Silent Sister and The Husband's Secret. If you want to check those out, I will leave those down below and right up here if you want to check those out. But today I will be talking about Vicious by V.E Schwab, and I love this book. I love this book a lot. It's going to be a gush-worthy mini review, believe you me. This is my first V.E Schwab book. She writes under V.E Schwab when she writes adult fiction, and she writes under Victoria Schwab when she writes YA. So I've never read anything by Victoria Schwab, V.E Schwab, nothing. And I decided to pick a Vicious because the plot sounded so good. So basically this is about two boys. This is basically about two guys named Victor and Eli who go to medical school, and they are both in their senior years and they have a thesis to write, and one of the boys decides to experience with EOs, otherwise known as extraordinary people. And so they decide, you know, his whole thesis is trying to figure out how people become EOs and just the possibility of them being out there. But his roommate Victor decides, why not study it? Why not try to become an EO ourselves? And when their thesis goes from academic to experimental, things go wrong. All of a sudden Victor ends up in prison, and this novel starts off 10 years later. So you're getting two time perspectives in this book. One right now when Victor just broke out of jail and he's got two accomplices with him, and you're getting one at 10 years previously when they were both at university and they were experimenting with a thesis. So like I said, we have two different time periods going on, which I really think added to this book. This book is pretty much about heroes versus villain, right versus wrong. Is there really a right versus wrong, or is there a middle area, you know? Really good versus evil, or is it just, you know, being a bad person and then being a worse person? This really explores the notion of that, and characters in this are just amazing. I will say the writing in this is such a beautiful thing. It is a thing of beauty to behold and cherish and love, and I know I'm gushing about this book because I flew through it. I was thinking about when I wasn't reading it. It made you feel for these characters who have very, very bad qualities to them, but you somehow root for one or the other at some point in time in this book, and you keep jumping fences and you think this is right, this is right. It really gets your mind working. You want something that'll really get your mind worrying and to think, you know, what is right, what is wrong, is there such a thing as right and wrong? Does one, like, you know, this is a perfect book for that. I will highly say that. The writing in this is beautiful, the plot was beautiful, and I do know that I thought this was a standalone book, but then I realized that there is going to be a sequel. We don't know when, and I'm happy, I'm excited about that, but I'm kind of apprehensive because I really like the idea of the standalone. I love the ending. I thought the ending just fit perfectly. I think, you know, there's obviously to add on to a second book, but if there wasn't a second book, I won't be disappointed because I think this just wrapped it up perfectly and on a really awesome kind of cliffhanger that I'm okay with it being like that, if that makes sense. But like I said, if you want something like a heroes versus villains, a very interesting take on that, and you're getting a lot of the villain aspect, please look no further. This is a great book for it. I will definitely be reading all of other V.E Schwab's books. 5 out of 5 for this book. It just blew me out of the water. I did not expect it to love it as much as I did, and I just loved the whole heroes versus villain things because I don't read about that too much, especially for adult. This is an adult book. Have I said that? Probably not, but I just love this book. If you're looking for a very intriguing, very well, beautifully written, very character-driven, you know, you get two different time perspectives, you got a lot going on, you got the right versus wrong, good versus evil, maybe just evil versus evil, really, if you think about it, please pick this book up because it will not disappoint you. If you've read this book, please let me know what you thought of it. Did you love it as much as I did, or did you not like it? Let's talk about it. And if you've read any other books by V.E Schwab, let me know also what you thought about it. If you like this mini review, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.